Hello? Hello? Yeah, so, hello alle zusammen. Hi everyone for being here. My name is Enrique, and I'm gonna present you actually Xattel. We've basically developed a proximity-based chat that allows us to bring people together. But let me first show you or explain you what is the problem we're dealing with first. So there are so many location-based services, so there is no need to explain this actually. GPS and so many localization ways have been on the way for a few years. And we also have a lot of topic-based services. Basically all the social networks are based on this. But what if we actually try to join all those both things together? So let me first talk about one scenario. For example, here at the CeBIT, I might have some interest in one certain technology or one certain topic. Let's say, for instance, Android. I have some social networks and I have my friends there, but there is one guy I haven't met before that is coming here as well. He's in the same location, he has the same networks as I have, but he's not actually able to contact me because we haven't met before in real life, and therefore we are not contacts, we are not friends. So we are trying to deal with those limitations actually, and for that purpose we've developed Xattel. Basically, the application allows us to create areas with a certain topic. Let's say, for instance, I could be here at the CeBIT and I could create an area called technology. So people interested in the technology could actually join that area. They could actually leave messages that are localized in a certain position. And the users can interact between themselves. So they can send messages between each other and they can connect. I'm going to show you, for example, how the application allows us to create an area. So we can see here, by clicking, we can actually give a name to the area. For this example, we are going to create an area called shopping, and we will give a size to this area. The area can be actually at least 40 meters and a maximum of 50 kilometers. And all the people who are actually inside this radio can send messages to the area. Another of the things we have, so well, when we are actually sending those messages, we store in the application on the cloud, and we can actually display the information using 3 different ways. So one of them is a list view, so we can sequentially show all the messages for a certain area. For example, let's say strike Hannover. You know there was a strike here on Thursday, and people can actually read sequentially what's all the dialogues and follow them. Another possibility is to show everything on a map view. We can actually see that, for example, let's say somebody's coming to the airport and want to know how to arrive at the CeBIT because he's just new in the city, and people who actually or has been already in the city can give some suggestions. For instance, I could say at the Hauptbahnhof that there are new shuttles coming there, or there are like more taxis in a certain position. And what is a bit more visual is the augmented reality engine. So actually by pointing out with the phone on a certain direction, I can get exactly which messages has been left in that area. Here you see that I can see the faces of my friends who left the message on the system, and I can see actually how far away they are from my position. So yeah, you can see, let's think for example at this thing of the strike. We could have created an area called Strike Hannover, and we could have provided all this information to the new users on the city, so they don't have to deal with, well, where should I go, because I don't know very well the city, and I don't know if, well, this Hauptbahnhof should be maybe better than the Messeletz station. And Yeah, there is something actually that is not very visual in the application, but is one of the kernels we consider, and is the data analysis we perform on all the different areas. We actually can analyze all the messages for all the different areas, and we can extract all the keywords, all the trending topics. Let's say that, if, for example, we create this area, CeBIT, and people is talking a lot about certain topics. We could consider like mobility. Seems like all the people is having mobile phones now. People could be talking about augmented reality. We can actually generate diagrams to see how important are all those trending topics. And we've developed what we call a sentimental analyzer for a certain text. We could actually know how positive or how negative the feeling about one keyword is. If I write, for example, let's say, I don't like Android, I could actually detect Android as a pattern and a keyword, and I can actually know that I don't like this keyword is something that is not very positive. So I can actually generate those charts and see exactly what's going on in certain topics. This is actually an example. You probably know that the last week was the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. And we were using this application with an area called Mobile World Congress, and we actually extract all this data. So we saw what the people on real time was talking about. So we can see that Android was the winner actually of this area and this event. And for example, that's actually what the sentimental analyzer gives to us. There was one presentation of Nokia that was not very well accepted by most of the people who was there. And as you can see, there is a flow that shows us that at some point all the people was complaining about Nokia, HTC, but for example for Android, the feeling was much more positive. What is this useful for? Okay, for example, think that we could create an area as well called Deutsche Bahn. And the people could actually write for a certain moment that they are at the Deutsche Hauptbahnhof and there are a lot of delays, so trains are arriving very late, or they can complain a lot about the prices or the quality of the food there. So for the Deutsche Bahn, it will be actually very easy to detect that there are problems on this area. They can actually get the feedback on real time. And it's for them much more efficient and much easier to deal with those problems. The channels of communications are normally phone, could be even Twitter, could be even mail, but if you can actually have the information on a map on real time, it's for you definitely very easy to solve them and much more efficient. So, well, that's pretty much everything. We actually have one, we intend to publish one version for Android and one version for iPhone. So just feel free to visit our website, download it, and well, as a special acknowledgement, I would like to thank IDNO for their support in the development of the application, and well, especially Maria Horus Valles for her support on the graphic guidelines and design. So thank you very much. Danke nach allen.
Thank you, Enrique. Just come to me here, so we are directly to the camera. Are there any questions to Enrique? To Xattel?
Xattel, yeah.
Xattel, okay. Is it right now online? It's working right now?
It's still not published on the market. We're still dealing with some things that are not very familiar to us, such like marketing issues and so, but we do intend to publish a release at the end of this month.
Okay, so it's coming soon, and you just can try it out.
Yeah, well, actually we have on our website a mailing list. People can subscribe. We promise there will be no spam, just one single message to notify that the application has been finally published.
Okay, and where's your booth?
Well, it's actually on that corner from there, close
right
to the
there.
Dundu.
Okay, right, Dundu. You all saw Dundu, the big guy. Just if you are interested, you're there.
Yeah, definitely. We will be there the entire day.
Okay, perfect. So thank you, Enrique.
Thank you too.
May I have a seat? So, Tembi.